Welcome to System 2, Week 11. This is going to be the major scale. So this is going to be a really fun one. We're going to do some interesting stuff on this. So we're going to be in the key of B flat. And we said before, B flat and G minor are really the same chord. There's a B flat major, G minor chord. Okay, so you can approach them the same way with a pentatonic or with your major scale. And that's what we're going to be doing for this one, is we're going to be doing the G form of the major scale to start off with. Now, let me say this as I get into this. We're going to work our way through some changes. We're going to work through all 5 of the forms and then back down. So we'll be running through that a couple times. And I'll walk you through what we're going to do on the progression. But I'm going to be using major scale stuff primarily. If I was really soloing, though, I wouldn't stay in one position. I probably wouldn't use much of the major scale. Sometimes the major scale, when you're playing, it can have a little bit of a clunky type of sound. So it's not really the scale that I would use all the time, but we're learning this stuff. So we're trying to limit ourselves to certain positions to be able to see this stuff. And then as you start to see the dots, you'll start to see the neck connect together. I think you've already been seeing that. So this will hopefully be really helpful for you. Okay, so let me walk through what we're going to do. We're going to play this progression. This is all going to be major scale. And then we're going to go to the 4 chord. And then I'm going to take it to a minor 4 chord, so that's E flat to E flat minor. Okay, now this is going to be the trick on this one, and we've talked about this. You could go to the minor pentatonic. It would totally work in all the positions. I thought about doing that, but I wanted to make it a little bit easier and a little bit more melodic, so that was really the key for this. When you're playing, oftentimes what you want to do is you want to sort of aim for certain notes, and part of it just is your phrase is finishing up near a note that's going to be on to the next chord, and so you fall on that chord. In this case, though, I'm going to actually be really targeting notes. I want to get to that E flat note no matter what position I'm in, and it doesn't matter to me which E flat. I want to get to one of the E flats, though, and I want to play a melodic figure. It's going to be the same melodic figure, even though it's going to look different, but I want to do this. So I'm doing E flat, F, G flat, and then D. So it starts off with 16th notes, ba B, ba ba B, ba. And when I do that position, I'm going to switch into the next position. So in this case, I'm going to be in the E position. Or if I did it here, I'm going to end up in this one, and I'm going to end up in that same position. Okay, so no matter what, every single time I do the change, E flat, F, G flat, F, E flat, F, D. All right, let me play this for you a little bit, and I'll just talk my way through it as we go through. So I'm going to start off, as I said, in the G form. So B flat, G form. out if you're so I'm in the E form. Now we go. And that brings me back to the G form. All right. So you get the idea what we're doing. We're going through each of the forms. And again, you know, if you're if that's too hard for you and you're struggling with it, I would say just do 2 of the forms. So start off on the G form on day 1, go to the E form, but going up and going down. So E flat, D flat, C, B flat, and it'll be the same. And you know, it's always going to be different fingerings. So it depends on where your fingers are, but I want you to use your ears. You've done all the training on, like, you know, all the scale passages and stuff. So hopefully you'll be able to find those notes and get your way through. And don't think too much, but try to use your melodic sense on this. And again, I wouldn't do, you know, most of the solos. If I was playing a real solo, it wouldn't sound quite like that. But I want you to learn these shapes, and this is a really good way of doing it. And then connecting it with a really melodic pattern should be really helpful. So now it's your turn to try.